Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It is time for another ServiceNow Store highlights video. That's SSH version 2025-0729. That's right, it's the last episode of July 2025. We have 67 new or updated applications, and I'm expecting on Thursday a big app dump for the Zurich release preview, I guess? Yeah, release preview. So expect a giant number of applications in next week's episode. I hope I can get it all processed over the weekend. It's going to be a lot, I know, but I'm excited about Zurich, so it'll be fun. But for this week's episode, we do keep it low at 67. There are 9 downgrades, 5 ghost applications, 8 highlights, 28 minor updates, mostly from one application vendor, which you'll see, 3 new releases, 8 release notes fails, and 6 restored applications. So those were ghost applications in previous episodes. They are now restored applications. So let's go ahead and check out all of them. First up, the downgrades, a bunch of them from ServiceNow related to the IRM suite and a couple other things, but they were Environmental Social Governance Management, GRC Audit Management Workspace, GRC Common Workspace Elements, GRC Compliance Management Workspace, GRC Risk Management Workspace, Microsoft Azure OEM Translator Service Scope 3 Emissions Management, and then the non-GRC stuff, Service Graph Connector for Jamf, and Threat Intelligence Security Center for security operations. Those were all downgraded from a higher version to a lower version. So we'll probably see those restored here at some point. There were 5 ghost applications. Again, most of them were from ServiceNow, but one from Cisco Systems Inc. They were Cisco Intersite ITSM plugin, which has been deprecated, as it says in parentheses, and then Knowledge and Search Metrics, Now Assist for Creator Metrics, Now Assist Usage Tracker, and Trusted Security Circles were all applications that were removed from the ServiceNow Store. There were 28 minor updates. Let's take a look at them. Most of them were from Agile, and those are just quarterly content updates. We'll go through them anyways. But let's start with the list here. Beyond Trust Remote Support Enterprise Integration, Cofense Triage Security Incident Response, Data Content Manager, and now moving into the Agile. I'm just going to leave off Agile for the rest of this. Financial Services Banking ARC, Banking or Financial Services Banking and Broker Dealer ARC, Gaming ARC, Health Payer ARC, Health Payer with Medicare/Medicaid ARC, Healthcare Provider with Research ARC, Insurance, Property Casualty and Life ARC, Manufacturing ARC, Media ARC, Medical Device Manufacturer ARC, Oil and Gas ARC, Pharmaceutical Life Sciences ARC, Privacy ARC, Real Estate ARC, Retail ARC, Technology ARC, and Transportation ARC. Our final page of them here, Agile Utilities ARC, Hexaware Shift Handover Management, ID Ramp Identity Flow, Logic Monitor CMDB integration, Rubrik Self-Service Workflow integration, Service Graph Connector for Big ID, Store App Update Streamliner, and Zero Networks App for CMDB. And that was our 28 minor updates. We did unfortunately have 3 release notes fails. They were Agentic AI Tech Assist, Catalog Pulse, Ignite Secure and Govern, Itential Automation Services, Onapsis Vulnerability Integration, Qualys Policy Audit, Smartsheet SPM Integration, and Vitals. Now I wanted to highlight what a release note fail is, and I'm not picking on this vendor, but I just want to show how this comes across when someone posts something or posts or releases an app update. This one was from this is from the Royal Cyber Inc. Catalog Pulse. Now notice if I look at the most recent version that came out on July 21st, there's 2 custom tables, and the release notes say initial release for version 1.0.0. If I go to version 1.0.0, there is 1 custom table that was released on December 16th, 2024 with the same exact release notes. So not only was there a change or an update, they've even added a new table and haven't bothered to tell us what's new or updated in that release. So that's what makes it a fail. The release notes fail. There were 6 restored applications. They were GRC Predictive Intelligence, Performance Analytics for Vulnerability Response, Security Integration Framework, Security Operations Palo Alto Networks Wildfire, Security Support Common, and Vulnerability Response Common. All were restored to the most recent version. And that brings us to the new releases. Let's get started. We only got 3 of them this week. First up on the list is, and I'm going to spell this out, CIMCON EUC Insight. Integrate EUC, which I think is end user computing, Insight Inventory with ServiceNow for EUC's models, AI models. I don't even know what that means. Let's go to the key features. Import EUC/model records from CIMcon's EUC Insight system into ServiceNow. Configure client ID, client secret, and base URL to connect app with the Insight installation on subscriber organization's infrastructure. Import the EUC/model records into ServiceNow. Insert new model records into ServiceNow. Update existing records within ServiceNow. Manually run the data feed and automate the data feed by applying a schedule. And that is what's new from KimCon software. Okay, I guess I can say KimCon. SimCon, KimCon, I don't know. Weird application and lots of abbreviations. Second new release is called Kaisy, Kaisy, Empowering Tomorrow, AI-enhanced solutions for smarter, seamless experiences. The key features for this one: automated feedback analysis, real-time insights, consistency, efficiency, workspace view, and real-time updates. So what exactly is this? Automated feedback. AI-enabled identification for sentiment analysis with respect to both automatically system-generated and user feedback, which helps in addressing the content gaps within an article with respects to removing redundant information, having up-to-date technical information, content formatting, and add more clarity by taking into consideration on all the end-user queries, reducing the overall manual efforts with KB management. Okay, so it's a knowledge base. Okay, so KZ stands for Knowledge Artificial Intelligence System, but there's no Y. I don't know. Represents a pioneering solution that's fundamentally transforming the way we handle knowledge bases. Okay, I'm just going to stop reading. That's what's new for the team at Zeb AI Incorporated. Our third new release is Service Graph Connector for Assimile, or Assimile. Your connected device security reimagined. The key features for this new application are: the primary use case of this integration is to enrich inventory within ServiceNow based on detailed device context within Assimile. The data pulled from Assimile into ServiceNow includes the following device information, and they've listed out a bunch of fields that I'm not going to read to you, but they're all just kind of asset-related fields. In addition, all the applications running on a device and the network ports that device uses to communicate with its peers are also pulled into ServiceNow. Note that vulnerability data and any alerts data is not being pulled into ServiceNow currently in this version of the Service Graph application. Further, no OT or operational technology data is being pulled into ServiceNow in this Service Graph application. And that is what's new from the team at Assimile. All right, that's our new releases, which takes us to the highlights to round us out. We have 8 of them this week. I was really pleased with the nice release notes. The first one, sorry, I went too fast, was Aguaro. Aguaro was updated to version 3.3.0. In this version, they have, under new features, survey results can now be extrapolated using 3 methods: response from the previous year, average per site, overall average. Market-based management has been improved so that it can be accessed in parallel with location based on the same collection, and the management of electricity mix matching to equipment locations has been improved to allow better support for regions, for example US states, and market-based. There is now a new table in the application for linking a location to an electricity mix. Under enhancements, addition of a pre-check rule for market-based collection. In order to control the execution, which can be lengthy, it's necessary to click the consolidate data from other areas to launch the consolidation, and surveys used in a collection are now sent to the recipients list, integrated into ServiceNow. The list is refreshed before being used as their distribution list. Under reporting and dashboard, all the application dashboards have been migrated to performance analytics. Woo! Under data, addition of new emission factors on the use of AI. And for fixes, correction of the ratios calculation, which was blocked when using multi-criteria. The duplication of collection sources is now carried out asynchronously in order to avoid blocking the interface. And the collection pre-check rule number 5 is now based solely on the models used by the collection's automated sources. Under data management, creation of a consistency rule preventing the deletion of an automatic source used in a completed collection, and 22 duplicate manufacturer profiles have been deactivated or updated. And under reporting/dashboard, creation of a ratio source generator in kilograms per carbon dioxide E/FTE. I don't even know what that was, but something to do with emissions. And that is what's new from the team at Aguaro SAS. Our second highlight is from Amaze by an Elective. They always do great release notes. Let's take a look. They updated to version 4.5.0, and in this version, Let's see, they have agentic style tool, improved UX flow and content generation with direct canvas updates, improved AI response formatting, the session length insights, there's extension point integration, editable states, and a table of contents under components. And that is what's new from the team at Intellective. Our third highlight is Automate Pro. It was updated to version number 9.1.0, and under platform, under state management, cancel withdrawal pending approvals. Under MFA configuration, credential storage has been updated, and under outbound API calls, they updated the security headers. Under auto test, quick start updated to support generation of scenarios without navigational modules. Test pack reusability added new buttons for recreating and executing test packs. Under manual testing, added a test run viewer to manual run results, added ability to rename manual run screenshots, and multiple bug fixes. Under AutoDoc, under manual test reports, added ability to generate documents from manual and combined plan/runs, and under test run report editor, added new buttons to speed up the review and inclusion of screenshots. And that is what's new from the team at Automate Pro Ltd. Our next one is going to be for the next three, but I included them all in the highlights. It's the Care AR for CSM, FSM, and something else. But what I wanted to highlight was this browser host support that's now common to all three of those applications. Support agents can now host Care AR Assist remote visual support calls natively from their browser from their desktop computer. Users are no longer required to install the Care AR Assist desktop app to host calls. And then they updated the activity feed messages that are added to the ServiceNow activity feed during Care AR Assist and Instruct sessions have been updated for readability and clarity. So that's what's new from the team at Care AR Incorporated, and that applies to Care AR for CSM, FSM, and ITSM. Our next highlight is Sphinx Integrated Financial Management. It was updated to version number 3.0.0, and in this version there were improvements to reports and workspace capabilities, including the enhanced reporting features and extended workspace functionality for a more intuitive and powerful user experience. They refined the role and access control model to simplify configuration, improve maintainability, and strengthen governance and transparency. They added new tables, workflows, and roles to support comprehensive consumption planning, forecasting, and reporting. Launched a new suite of workspace reports under the chargeback reports category, offering summarized views for better cost tracking and accountability. Introduced a new consumption-focused dimension to the existing Sphinx application, enabling deeper insights and planning capabilities, and addressed various bugs and implemented performance improvements to ensure a smoother and more reliable experience. And that is what's new from the team at Plan Horizon XAG. And that, everyone, is our entire episode. Let's just take one more look at what you saw or heard. That was 3 new releases, 8 highlights, 28 minor updates, 5 ghost applications, 9 downgrades, and 8 release notes fails. I hope you found this video or podcast helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what was updated, or what was removed from the ServiceNow Store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.